Hello and welcome to live radio match commentary of Weymouth versus Chippenham Town, live from the Bob Lucas Stadium. Date is Saturday the 23rd of September here in Dorset for this sunny, albeit relatively chilly, match of football at 3 o'clock. Both sides returning from cup action last weekend where Weymouth progressed and Chippenham sadly did not, but it is the return to league action and return to a happy hunting ground for Chippenham, especially last season. We all know the magic night that the Bluebirds stunned Weymouth down here by 1-0. Can't seem to remember who scored it, but either way it was a blinder of a goal and Chippenham went on to win that 1-0, and that was the real catalyst to turn around their season last time out, whereas Weymouth really saved by Chippenham on the final day of the season. They beat Dover on the final day of the season, and Chippenham also did their part in beating 𝗛𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵, but that resulted in the relegation of 𝗛𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗵 and not the relegation of Dover Athletic, which it would have been. The great escape was pulled off for Weymouth this season, and as it stands they don't look like they'll need to rely on such late smash and grab victories as they grabbed at the end of last season. But considering we're what are we now, 9 games into the season, Weymouth lurking in 18th position, down on 10 points. They sit just a point above the relegation zone. Meanwhile, Chippenham sit mid-table, languishing 12 points, 12th place, 9 games gone, scored 13, conceded 13. A very neutral start to the league season. Some really impressive victories, but also some pretty crushing moments, losing in the final moments against Torquay and conceding in the final moments against Taunton, having previously. Quite a few number of Chippenham fans have made the trip down to Dorset away to our right hand side, and they are making more of the noise around the Bob Lucas so far. Throw by Grant into Jake Evans, who's inside the penalty box. He now plays to Johnson. Johnson is onside, looks to go past his man. Johnson still in the penalty box, ball flashed across. Alex Bray's going to be there. Touch, shot from Bray. Bray still going. Bray goes down. Chippenham wants a penalty. The referee's not interested, and Weymouth can get their lines clear. Grant still has the ball for Chippenham. Down the left-hand side, feeds Johnson. Johnson's going to look to drive up against the number 17, Calvin Brooks, and he's still going. And the referee eventually pulls it back for a throw. It is Johnson had run the ball out of play, but Jake Evans and Alex Bray both remonstrating with officials on this near side about wanting a penalty. Bray had a couple of opportunities to shoot, a Weymouth body blocked, and then perhaps illegally tackled Bray. We don't know, but it's definitely not. Right-footed ball back to the penalty area where Benfield will take a couple of touches and clear forward with his right foot down the middle of the pitch into Chippenham territory. Header in there from Matty Holloway, and ball falls with the number 6 who flicks it over Evans' head and then plays the ball now over Jones' head. And now here goes Hamblin down the left-hand side. Cross comes in, header at the near post from the number 14 Ezio Toure. There was at the near post and wide of that near post. First chance for Weymouth in this match goes wide of Will Henry's goal. But 2 missed interceptions of a forward line of about 4 at the minute, despite being in their own half. Now in the Weymouth half with Alex Bray, gets a little bit of a shove, and Gary Horgan puts his hands up to the referee asking why that wasn't a free kick, as Alex Bray did get a shove in the back, but Chippenham were able to retain possession as they now have the ball with, you guessed it, Will Henry. Will Henry now does clip forward looking for the run of Alex Bray. Bray wins the flick down looking for Jones, and Jones goes up over the top of Hamlin. Jones is going to go, the ball now on the edge of the box with Matt McClure, who's going to go for a left-footed strike, deflected. Now Evans with the shot. Bray looks to flick it on. Bray has the ball in the penalty area. Bray goes down. Chippenham wants a penalty, but the flag has gone up on this near side for an infringement offside. I think when the shot came in from Evans, Bray was adjudged to have been offside, but again, maybe would like to look at that one, but Chippenham with limited protest. Bray as of yet in this match, and really no shots on target yet in this match. Matty Holloway gets it back from Jones, and Jones flicks into space where Bradbury is and gets it back to Jones, and Jones running through a couple of bodies and still looking to go, but Weymouth challenge with Hamblin, and then another long clearance in there is intercepted by Grant, and Chippenham can attack into the Weymouth penalty area now. Grant plays the ball to McClure. McClure goes down. Decision, Chippenham Town penalty. McClure picked the ball up from the marauding run of Freddie Grant. McClure had the ball on the right hand side of the defender, twisted inside on the left hand side. McClure goes over the leg of a Weymouth defender. Weymouth absolutely not happy, Not sure the man that conceded it. I think their claims have been dismissed, and it will be a Chippenham penalty, and it will be the man who won it, Matt McClure, to take it. Gerald Benfield standing on the edge of his 6-yard box to take. I mentioned just moments ago that there was no shots on target in this match, but what an opportunity to have a shot on target for Chippenham Town. 12 yards, Matt McClure, left-footed, scores straight down the middle of the Chippenham Town goal. Jake Evans runs straight in there to give some to the goalkeeper, but Chippenham Town take the lead in this match on 35 minutes. Matt McClure won the penalty, Matt McClure takes the penalty, and of course Matt McClure scores the penalty. Weymouth 0, Chippenham Town 1 at the Bob Lucas. Charlie Rowan having words with the ref. Count maybe down the seconds, as Chippenham would love to go into half-time with the 1-0 advantage. Henry eventually clicks his ball over to the left-hand side to Johnson, who spun his man, and Chippenham now can counter-attack with Johnson down the left-hand side. Chippenham still looking to attack. Ball to Bradbury on the edge of the penalty box. Take a touch into McClure. Bradbury with a shot. Well blocked by a Weymouth body. Header high up into the sky. Chippenham still have an opportunity with the ball, and it's out for a corner kick. But that was a good chance for Chippenham. Kane Bradbury could have taken it. It was a nice and neat bit of footwork, but a great block in there. This one up to the left-hand side, third corner of the match. On the left-hand side, it's going to be the right-footed in-swinger of Chippenham's number 8, Jake Evans. Corner now does come into the penalty box, headed away by Beerwish. Ball with the in Weymouth on the edge of their own penalty box. Bray nearly wins it back, but it's launched forward by Weymouth, and they could have a 3-on-3 if they're careful here. And Weymouth are now coming forward with a 2-on-1. Weymouth attacking, challenge in there from Eddie Jones, but Weymouth in the penalty box now with a shot straight down the throat of Will Henry. Some anger in the stands as Weymouth believe they should have had a free kick. Eddie Jones with a well-timed challenge from this angle, which would have been a red card if it was given. 4 additional minutes have been signalled. Chippenham half ball on the edge of the penalty box, laid out to the left-hand side, but that's where Johnson is. Johnson twists and turns and plays the ball to Mal Nichols, who now has space to run. Bray is forward if he can find the ball to Alex Bray, which he does. Bray's going to run. Bray goes down following a challenge, and that could be the first yellow card of the match, you'd have thought. The referee, it was a shoulder to back challenge on Alex Bray, and maybe Bray would have been through 1-on-1, and a red card has been given. Bray would have been through 1-on-1. It didn't look to be that the number 5 of Jordan Thompson was really looking for the ball, and if Bray had been able to get away in behind there, he would have been through 1-on-1. But the referee, Mr. Philip Eddy, gave himself some time to think, and there's a red card in this match. Weymouth reduced to 10. I think maybe it was the linesman on the far side who had something to say as an input in that, as a couple of them. After, if you are just joining us, Jordan Thompson sent off. Free kick's now going to be delivered in from Evans, but it's hit the first man. Nichols on the edge of the box with the ball. The ball now goes back to Evans. Can he deliver it again? No, he plays the ball out to Johnson on the right-hand side. Johnson with the left-footed cross into the penalty area, headed away at the first time of asking, though, by a Weymouth body. And then Evans is twisting and turning and still going through, bundled over, but the referee says Weymouth won the ball, and then a challenge in there from Beerwish straight through the back of Freddie Grant. And Weymouth have to be careful to not lose their heads, as that was a silly challenge. No yellow card being given, but now the substitution I mentioned earlier can take place. It is the number 12, 18 of David Cisse who'll be coming on.
Ben is being replaced by number 18, David Cisse.
I think that's a centre-half coming on to replace Jordan Thompson, who was sent off, and no, I think he's Cisse taking his place at left-back. Free kick for Chippenham, about 40 yards from goal. Pretty central, this one. Evans has stood over this in a manner like he's going to shoot. Evans lines up a curling ball. Alex Bray's in behind at the far post. Bray goes for the shot, but it's just hit the side netting. But that was a really smart ball from Jake Evans to find the arching run of Alex Bray. And Weymouth live to fight another day, but they've got to wear on a modicum over the touchline, and they have this goal kick, which is taken once and then cleared long. Holloway heads back into midfield, headed forward by Duriget. Grant then wins the header for Chippenham, and Duriget gets the ball back up again, but plays a right-footed ball out to nobody, but maybe some of the supporters on the near touchline throw in for Chippenham with Grant to take. Inside to Bradbury, who's bundled over, but the referee's not interested in giving it. as they challenge forward. 𝗵𝗴𝗵𝗵 still going inside Chippenham territory. Ball in the penalty box now with 𝗠𝘁𝗁𝗵. Shot! Goal for Weymouth! Weymouth attacking down the right hand side. It was a nice through ball to 𝗛𝗁𝗵𝗵, who goes for a right footed shot, and it just sneaks in between the near post and Will Henry's hand, and Weymouth are level. I'm still making the Chippenham fans making some noise down to the left hand side with the drum, and still some chanting. Good work from those of you that have made the trip from Wilts to Dorset. Bradbury looks to turn. He's got 𝗵𝗴𝗵𝗵 behind him, however. I've just received a message from Mr. Simon Lawrence, if you do know him, asking if there was perhaps a foul on Bradbury in the build-up for the goal, which we will talk about. But Chippenham now look to attack with Grant down the left-hand side. Ball played into McClure, who flecks on. Evans inside the penalty box, looks to lay it off to Bray, who is free, but it's cleared away by Weymouth. Chippenham perhaps killer, but either way, Chippenham look to play on. Throw in from Grant. Johnson flicks into the box, flicked on, missed by a couple of Chippenham players, and Weymouth can clear long down the line, and it's going to be the substitute 𝗁𝗁 who's going to run. But Amadi Holloway wins possession back for Chippenham, and Jones looking to drive through the Weymouth team. Bray knocks it back to Bradbury. McClure on the edge of the box. McClure, is he going to line was shot up on his left foot? Yes, he does, and it was a bobbling effort that seemed to take something on the turf. But either way, the goalkeeper manages to eat that like breakfast, lunch and dinner. But Chippenham, do they have possession back with Jones again? Yes, they do, as they knock it to Amadi Holloway, and then Amadi Holloway looks for a searching ball of his own, which McClure brings down very nicely. And it has options on the left-hand side in Bradbury. Grant is also running now. Freddie Grant attacking for Chippenham Town. Ball inside onto the edge of the penalty area where Bray is going to run. Bray is going to drive. Ball clipped over to the far post. That's just a little bit high to trouble anybody than Matt McClure at the far post, or to trouble being on target. But Chippenham Town do look like the side with 11 against 10. At the minute, they have lots of room to roam into in midfield, but still do not rest on the laurels on the left-hand side. Throw in for Jones, only as far as a Weymouth head. Flicked on once again, and they have the opportunity in the penalty area now, but Amadi Holloway with a challenge, only as far as 𝗠𝗁𝗵𝗵 from deep. Right-footed ball clipped forward. Header won by Alex Bray, but here's Hamblin. Slade twists and turns before giving it to 𝗁𝗁. Is he going to look to drive and deliver a cross? He does drive, but he can't deliver a cross because he's challenged by a Chippenham body before Eddie Jones is forced to put the ball out of play for a throw-in. Weymouth believe he's put it out for a corner, but the ball hadn't crossed the line before Jones could get a boot to it, and it's going to be a throw-in, which I think 𝗁𝗁 may be winding up and throwing long. No, he doesn't. He goes short to the number 7 of Slade, and ball is now into the penalty area. Header in there from the near post by Charlie Rowan. Looked to be flecked on, but it was straight down the throat of Will Henry, who now launches long to attack down the right-hand side. 𝗠𝗁𝗵𝗵 up against McClure. McClure comes out the better of him. McClure now in the penalty area. Twists inside. He's got Bray as a short ball if he can find him, but he's found Evans on the far side in the penalty box. Goes for a shot, but it's a limp effort and straight down the throat. Launched all the way to the right-hand side with 𝗁𝗁, who brings it down. He's going to run up against Chippenham's left-back of Freddie Grant. Knocked inside to Brooks. Brooks turns inside, goes down under a challenge from Evans. Penalty to Weymouth. I wholly disagree with that decision. Evans has put in a challenge. Not really put in a challenge. Evans has just stood his ground, and the 17 has almost walked into him, and the referee is, without much hesitation, pointed to the penalty spot. And I alluded to it earlier, Will Henry in the green goalkeeping kit, the big green monster. He's a penalty saving champion, and 𝗁𝗁𝗵𝗵, who's already netted past him in this match, has the opportunity to make it a double. 4 minutes plus stoppage time to go. Weymouth with the opportunity to take the lead. 12 yards. 𝗁𝗁𝗵𝗵, the 14 up against the number 1. Will Henry stood in green. Henry saves the penalty! Penalty saving specialist dives to his right hand side. Decent penalty from 𝗛𝗁𝗔𝗁, but not enough to defeat Will Henry, who saves it. Great penalty save yet again. And silence falls on the Bob Lucas as Weymouth know they might have thrown away a chance to win, but a corner kick will come in. Cleared away though by Amadi Holloway. Will Henry sparing Chippenham blushes, of course, by saving a penalty late on. Challenge from Amadi Holloway where he wins the ball. And a couple of challenges later, Mal Nichols can run forward, looks to play a ball, but it's intercepted by Calvin Brooks. Fasamade's going to put the goalkeeper under pressure. Benfield slices the first clearance. Header forward by Beerwish. Header now by Evans. Spokes has come away with it. Spokes on the edge. Does he get a little bit of a tug? Free kick for Chippenham in a shooting possibility. .6 yards just away from the edge of the box. Luke Spokes has walked away from it, so if a shot is going to come in, it's going to be Jake Evans. 4-man Weymouth wall. Players waiting in the wings on the right hand side, but Jake Evans as we now tick over into stoppage time. Evans with the free kick. Oh, it's an inch wide of the left post. Evans with his head in his hands, so close for Chippenham. But either way, there's still at least 4 minutes left to go in a topsy-turvy game. It's going to go long. Delivered in, flick to the far post. Kicked air, seemingly by 𝗛𝗁𝗔𝗁, who I think for the second time in this match wanted to try the spectacular. And that will be at an end-to-end game. I'm sure your heart's raising. I know absolutely for sure that mine is. An end-to-end game that saw Chippenham take the lead late in the first half thanks to a Matt McClure penalty that went straight down the middle of the goal. That was the first half pretty much in a nutshell. Second half, Chippenham came out of the blocks. Alex Bray found himself through on goal before Jordan Thompson brought him down. The referee seemed to think about the decision a little bit before showing Jordan Thompson a straight red card, and at that point you thought all 3 points were gift wrapped and on their way back to the further West Country, you could say, for Chippenham. But then a lapse in concentration just 4 minutes later, maybe a foul on Bradbury in the build-up. We'll have to have a look at that on the highlights, but either way, 𝗛𝗁𝗔𝗁 sloshed through on goal and a right-footed shot that hit the back of Will Henry's net, and not much really happened until 5 minutes to go, where Jake Evans